Okay, hi, welcome to This Is Not a Drill. My name is Jared, and we're going to be working on a Chevy Suburban 2004. It's a 1500 with a V8 engine, and we're going to be changing the spark plugs on it. This is my son Carter. It's the perfect time to be teaching kiddos how to do these kinds of tasks on cars. On this car, changing spark plugs is really straightforward and pretty easy, and Carter's going to be my helper today. So I'm pretty sure that this car has never had its spark plugs changed. It's got 150 to 160,000 miles, and you should be changing your spark plugs much more frequently than that. But I've neglected it, and I changed my spark plugs on my other car, which is a Jeep Grand Cherokee, and was shocked to see how worn the spark plugs were. So it caused me to really get off the couch and to change the spark plug. So let me show you the tools we're going to need here. So I got 8 spark plugs here. There's 4 in this box and 4 here. The AC Delco plugs. They're platinum plugs. I'm not so sure you need platinum plugs. They're really expensive. These are about $11 or $12 a plug, and I bought 8 of them. I think a copper plug would be just fine. You can get them at any auto parts store, probably for $2 to $3 a plug. You're going to need some connector grease, some anti-seize compound. You'll need a spark plug socket, which is really important here because you want to make sure that you don't drop the spark plugs. I recommend you might have a adjuster here handy. Some of these places are pretty tight fits. You definitely want a spark plug gap tool. All the spark plugs on this Suburban need to be gapped to 0.040 inches. You're going to need a torque wrench. All the spark plugs need to be torqued to either 11 foot-pounds or 14.9 Newton meters. And I'm also going to use a ratchet for all the spark plug removal. So let's get started.
For this Chevy Suburban, and you can see here are the 4 spark plug coils, and here are the wires, and the spark plugs are actually down here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're going to start with this one here, which is I think on this side of the car, the most difficult one. And we're going to have Carter remove this bracket that is holding on the alternator electrical cables, just so we can get at this spark plug. So let's let Carter do that. I think Carter has got a 10 millimeter wrench, 10 millimeter socket on this. Oh, that's the wrong way. There we go. Not on too tight. Okay, so we'll come back after we've removed
this bracket. Stop. All right, so we remove this bracket here, and we just got probably enough to get in here. We've got about an inch of space. We also had to remove an electrical cable here. And down here at the bottom, we have the spark plug wire. So before we do that, we're going to use some compressed air to clean out the area around the spark plug to make sure nothing gets in the cylinder. So Carter, why don't you go around there and spray out that spark plug. Get way in there and just spray it out. Put it way in there. There you go. Have about 100 PSI in this line, so to really blast out any dust there. Great, Carter. Did you see any dust or anything fly out when you did that?
Not really.
Not too much? Okay, so it's pretty clean. That's good. Okay, and then the next step we're going to do, we're just going to get our hand down there, and we're just going to pull gently this wire off. I mean, we're going to pull on the metal housing. We're not going to pull on the wire itself. And I'm shaking, I'm pulling. It's on there pretty good. Let's see here. There it goes. There it is. That's what it looks like inside there. And you really want to pull on this metal. You don't want to pull on the wire. You disconnect these things, you're going to have a bigger job. All right. Stop.
Okay, so I have had to use some socket wrench gymnastics to get into this spark plug. And I use a big extender with an adjustable head in order to get the spark plug out. But they're not all very tight, so they're coming right out here. And when I pull it out, you'll see. You can zoom out there, little buddy. I think it's probably just easier now to take the wrench off and just screw this off here. And it feels like it's coming out pretty good. I'm really interested to see what the spark plug looks like. Here it comes.
Here it comes. I really had to weave this out. Here we go. So the spark plug is out, and you can see all the different attachments I had to use with the socket wrench to get that out. I think this is the hardest one on the whole car. This spark plug actually looks in pretty good shape. surprisingly. Not too worn, there's no deposits on it. The gap looks pretty good. Let's see, it's an AC Delco part. So, you know, we're just gonna replace it. Since I have it out now, we're just gonna do it. So, okay, we'll show you how to replace them. Get the spark plug ready to put back into the car now. Again, this is our old one. I actually just looked at the gap here. It's at 0.064. They're supposed to be at 0.040. So I do believe that this electrode has been worn down quite a bit. It does look smaller than the new spark plug. It's time, 150,000 miles. I think nothing can go wrong by replacing the spark plugs. So this has been gapped to 040. You can find lots of videos on YouTube on how to gap a spark plug, but you can see this is gapped at 040. And to prepare the spark plug for reinsertion, I'm gonna have Carter put a little anti-seize compound on this, spark plug. So I'm just gonna put a little here.
See here? Just you don't want these things seizing up. There we go. Just a little, you know, turn it around, Carter. Use your finger just to smear that all over the threads. Now these spark plugs aren't on too tight. The torque on the other car that I just did was about twice as high as this one. I think you start to get worried about seizing a little bit more with increased torque and temperature. Great. So that was the anti-seize compound. This cost me about $1.30 at an auto parts store. And now what we're going to do is we're also going to put some of this dielectric grease on, but we'll do that when it's in the car. But
That goes on the tip here. And this makes sure that it comes off of the car easy and that there's good electrical conductivity between the electrode, between the spark plug and the electrical spark plug cable.
okay. This is the toughest one on the car to get on. Oh, no. And you should thread these in really carefully. You don't want to cross-thread these or you have a big problem. And they should be really easy to get in, hand tight. So just go in like butter. Okay. And I think I'm in. And, yeah. Okay. I'm going to pull the wrench off, or the socket off. Let's take a peek.
Oh yeah. Is it nice? Okay, I'm gonna get that back in there. We'll put the torque wrench on it. And we'll torque this thing to, I think it was 14.9 Newton meters. Yes. Okay. All right. Wow, it's gonna be really tough to get this torque wrench in.
Yeah, and I got a big one. I don't got one of these small guys. You know, go big or go home, right? So let's see if I can actually get this thing in here. Is the attachment too big or too small? No, I think it's okay. There we go. All right. Here we go. Okay, it's starting to get tight now. Okay, we're going to listen for the click of the torque wrench. That's it. Okay, you don't need to go any tighter than that. We're going to pull this off. Okay?
Okay, buddy, how you doing?
Not bad.
All right. We're on what, number 7 now?
Yes, this is number 7.
All right, so we're on the number 7 spark plug. Number 6 went really easy. Number 5 went pretty good as well. We're gonna have Carter take you start to finish through this one, and so you can see start to finish what it looks like to take a spark plug out and put it back in. So let's get it done, Carter.
Okay, so really simple first step. Just gonna spray it down a little. That's probably all you need. A little extra, just be sure. Nothing more. Then you just pull it out. That one came out nice and easy for me.
Why don't you give another little spritz of air there? I think a little dust came out there.
We will not be able to tuck that there. So we'll just sit right there.
Okay. Great.
Looks good, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Take this.
Find that spark plug right there. Wait, what am I doing? Okay. Take that off. Okay. Running? No, it's too long. Oh, we need this more extender, huh? Just stop it. No, it's not good.
Oh, but we got it.
Let's see. Now I'm wondering if some of these were replaced and some of them weren't. This one looks pretty
Some
clean.
of them looks a lot better. Some of them
Yep.
look a lot better than the others.
Yep, okay, here we go. Let's put it back in. Here's your clean one.
Oh, okay.
All right, we already put the anti-seize on. We put a little silicone on, and here we go. Let's put it back in.
Get hand tight first, so find that hole. Okay. 20? I think so. Sometimes it's not really greasy because it's silicone. So. Okay, I think it might be time for me to put that torque wrench on. Here we go. No? Nope. There we go. Beautiful.
Click is in.
Yeah.
Set that to the side. Find that wire again. Find your spark plug, which is around here somewhere. And I think we are done at that one.
Nice.
So that wraps up the 7th one.
All right, good
One
job.
more to go.
One more to go. Okay, so we just finished up,
Yeah.
and the first 7 spark plugs were pretty much no problem. The first one, you had to get that bracket out of the way, but the 8th spark plug, which is on the passenger side all the way towards the firewall, is really horrible. It's really tough to get to, and so I think what we learned is that you're gonna need several different adjusters, several different adapters, length adapters, to do this project. And the one in the back, you have to really do a little bit of trial and error. I was unable to get the torque wrench onto the spark plug on the back, so I just did it by feel. Made it tight, but everything went back together. And if you bring the camera over here, in order to do this spark plug way back here, just one second, way back here, okay, we had to remove the bracket that holds this oil dipstick in. So once you remove that, you have just enough room to get your hand in there. And boy, I think this spark plug alone probably took us an hour just to get it off and put it back on. So anyways, we wish you great luck. If you want to change spark plugs on a 2004 Chevy Suburban, the 1500 engine V8, I know there's lots of Silverado trucks and GMC trucks that use exactly the same engine, so hopefully this comes in handy. And get your kids out there. Have some fun learning about cars and monkey wrenching. Okay, take care.